So, welcome back to part two of the basics. Now, in the ancient era, one did not tamper with the human body after death, which is why the ancient physicians, such as Hippocrates, did not really know the structure of the body on the inside. They did not know the layout very well, the anatomy of the human body very well. The world would have to wait 1,000 years for the physician Vesalius. And like many great figures in history, he is in the right place at the right time. He is practicing medicine or learning about medicine around the 1530s, so in the modern age now, and the laws have changed. You can now dissect a human body for medical information, medical purposes, but only on convicted criminals. He has a friend who's a judge who supplies him with all these corpses, so he gets these amazing opportunities where probably like other physicians only have about 10% of the opportunity that he has. He has a friend who's an amazing painter who stands by the table as he's dissecting and basically makes pictures of everything that's seen. About 100 years before all of this, the mass printing press gadget is invented, and suddenly now you can get an exact copy of these illustrations, and they can be put into books and then spread around the world. And on top of this, he realizes that not only does he map the human body, he realizes that different things in the human body are working together towards a common goal. For instance, the digestive system. This is basically the gut and anything that's attached to it. And the goal of the digestive system is to, whatever the body eats or drinks, is to keep the good and get rid of the bad. And at the same time, is supposed to be able to break down things small enough so the rest of the body can use it. The lungs are part of the respiratory system. And in this case, the lungs will breathe in the oxygen, which is what is needed by the body to stay alive. And then as those little enzymes and those cells use up the oxygen, remember, they make carbon dioxide, which is dumped back into the blood, taken back to the lungs, and breathed out because carbon dioxide is toxic to the body, is poisonous. All this transportation is done through the circulatory system. The main part of this is the heart, so it's pumping all this oxygen-rich blood through the arteries to various places, and they are coming back to the heart through the veins. Now, the liver and the kidney kind of, clean the blood in different ways. The liver mostly cleans the blood from the gut, so it's going to be attached to the gut, so it's part of the digestive system. So it will clean the blood that's coming from the gut for any toxins, but at the same time, it'll help break down food particles. The kidney filters all our blood, like every single drop of blood in our body, every 5 minutes. It's part of the urinary system. And the kidney, in addition to filtering out the blood of all the toxins, it actually maintains this perfect balance, meaning that, where the body, it can't function if there's too much sugar, too less, too much salt, too less, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, all that stuff, the kidney is doing that. The fancy word for that is homeostasis. The largest organ system in our body is the one that protects us, and the skin is a part of this system where it covers every part of our body and it protects the inside from the outside, such as from the germs and the bacteria and the viruses that we talked about already. Now, the brain, which is supposed to be in charge of this whole system inside the body, 95% of the brain, luckily, is on autopilot. So we don't have to think about this stuff, it just happens. So anyway, this is the end of the basics. And I know this was very hard because it's a lot of new words. It's a lot of different ideas. But I didn't want to bypass this because if you know a little bit about this, then it'll help you understand and hopefully appreciate what is to come. Because as Peregrine Took said, shortcuts make long delays. Until next time.